I do not recommend buying Starfield. Starfield is one of those games that's okay, but not great. It can be very fun if you're not expecting a seamless experience and perfect immersion. I haven't had as many bugs as other Bethesda titles did at launch, but the game itself is hard to run, and if I didn't have a 30 series card, I wouldn't have even bothered. At no point did I ever expect this game to blow my socks off. It's a Bethesda game. It's a AAA modding platform, not a game in its own right. However, I still can't put it down. Like, the game does a lot of things decently enough, but it doesn't do anything exceptional. It has spaceflight, planet exploration, over 1,000 planets in fact. What the fuck is this thing? And even Sarah Morgan, my virtual wife by the way. It has bugs, alien life, interplanetary mining, outpost building, and space strippers.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
But all of these things feel surface level at best. I would describe Starfield as the world's largest kiddie pool. There's a lot of coverage, but the sum of its parts is just not very deep, to the point of feeling corporate and safe. I mean, seriously, I'm supposed to believe Neon is some seedy place when these guys are the baddest dudes in town?
And it's time to die, awesome.
Or that this is somehow an amoral palace of lust and drugs?
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
This applies in the other cities, by the way. Every single one is just sort of a generic version of a different place. The basic gameplay loop in the game involves talking to an NPC, flying your ship to a planet, scanning, more scanning, encountering enemies, using extreme violence to pacify them. Oh, Jesus Christ. And then looting the area, repeating this on and on forever. It's what's known as the kill, loot, explore loop. The quests themselves at times can feel kind of fetch questy. Like, a lot of it is go here, do thing, come back, follow this guy, pick this up, collect these. But the story and the characters in the game are serviceable enough that I don't mind doing it. And you always have the option to just take a detour and start surveying the planet for a while. I think that helps make the game feel less monotonous. Like, the best part about exploring is that you'll encounter enemies. This is good because combat is where Starfield shines. It's not perfect, and some enemies can definitely feel spongy, but for the most part, it's engaging and it's fun. Bethesda really nailed shooting in this game. Overall, combat's a good experience. However, combat AI sucks. Earlier I recorded me attacking one of the major population centers in the game. NPCs were literally standing against the back wall, like lined up for me to just throw grenades at them. Besides combat, exploration is where you're also going to build outposts, which is where the bulk of your resources will be used. The outpost building is simple enough and functional enough to build some pretty impressive things. So great, the game should be fun, right? Well, here's the catch. Despite all the fun, Starfield isn't without its flaws. Optimization is a real issue. Despite Todd Howard's claims, it did not run smoothly on my 3050. It took close to a week of downloading mods and tweaking settings to make it work the way I wanted it to. The graphics settings are confusing too, because on top of the game being poorly optimized, you have to download a mod that converts the game's FSR2 support into DLSS. In fact, the optimization is so bad, there are several different optimization mods that are extremely popular right now on the Starfield Nexus. I know it was definitely one of the first things I searched for when I started the game, and I'm really happy to have them now. Next, you should expect bugs. It's a Bethesda game. While they're not as bad as previous titles, they're still there and they will still happen. Like, sometimes your companion will just start running into a wall at top speed for no reason. Other times, entire quest important NPCs are just glitched and have nothing to say to you. And since this is menu field, you'll be interrupted by a menu every 30 seconds on average. Companions are cool, especially Sarah Morgan, but the dislike penalty after you do anything bad seems pointless. I mean, even when you try to be a bad guy in this game, you're not really being a bad guy. NPCs aren't much better either. They're relentless with verbal abuse. Like, seriously, from the second you meet them, they're ripping into you like you just slapped them with an empty chunks wrapper. They'll instantly go for the jugular for like no reason, and it's absurd. The ship building is fine, I guess, but I can't rotate the ship parts? Who thought this made sense? And my last major gripe, there is no minimap. While it's a cool concept to forego the minimap in favor of a compass, when you need to find a location of interest, you have to do it through the scanner. And beyond that, there's also no actual surface map. Like for a city, I don't have a map with roads and streets and alleyways. I simply must remember. Finding your way around without it can be a complete headache. I left Sarah outside of a location so she didn't blow my cover. I wanted to be stealthy. And it took me 5 minutes to find her again. This could have been avoided if I just had a mini-map. And yet, despite all of this, it crashed again, but hey, we're getting somewhere now. I still play the game. I'm still having fun where I have fun, and I'm still scoffing at the rougher edges. Starfield's not a perfect game. It's not even a great game. It's okay. And you know what? Sometimes I like okay games, but I still wouldn't buy this at full price. Anyways, how about you guys? Have you been playing Starfield? Have you been enjoying it? Let me know down in the comments how you feel about the game so far. Me, like I said, I'm having fun. Anyway, that'll do. I'm Snail. Take care, brush your hair. Subscribe if you want me to do a kill everyone run in Starfield, and like the video. I am out.